Welcome to Romance Tales by Mandy. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Now, sit back, relax, and let's begin.
I never expected my life to change the moment I stepped into that cold, intimidating building with Mars Industries stamped in silver across the glass doors. Most people would have turned back. The security at the front desk didn't smile. The elevator moved too fast. The hallways were lined with silence, as if even the walls held their breath. But I didn't flinch. Not when I was used to fighting for space in a world that never handed anything to me. I was here because I was chosen for a new art therapy initiative through the Mars Foundation, a program meant to help at-risk youth channel their trauma through creation. Funded by one of the most powerful, mysterious men in the country, Vincent Mars. You hear his name and you hear stories. Cold as ice, unreachable, once the darling of the corporate world, now more myth than man. But what intrigued me most wasn't the scandal that nearly burned his empire down. It was the fact that no one really knew who he was anymore. And I've always been drawn to things that hide in shadows. I was setting up my supplies in the foundation studio, paintbrushes, blank canvases, soft lighting, when I felt it. That stillness. Like the air shifted. I didn't hear him come in. I just knew someone was watching me. I turned. He stood there in a dark tailored suit, no tie, shirt collar open, revealing a glimpse of skin that made my eyes pause, just for a second. He wasn't what I expected. He wasn't trying to be anything, which somehow made him everything.
Lily Anderson,
He said, as if tasting my name for the first time. His voice was deep, rough like he hadn't used it in days. Yes, I replied, not moving. He walked toward me, deliberate, slow. Eyes the color of storm clouds locked on mine, reading, measuring.
you're the artist.
He stated, not a question. I am. I straightened my spine. You're the billionaire who hates people. His mouth twitched. Not a smile. God, no. But something darker.
You should be careful. People don't talk to me like that.
He murmured. Maybe that's your problem, I said softly. And just like that, something passed between us. A current. It hit low in my stomach and curled heat around my spine. He took one more step, so close I could smell his cologne. Expensive. Subtle. Devastating.
Why did you accept this project?
He asked. Because people deserve healing. Even the ones who pretend they don't need it. His jaw tightened. Something flickered in his eyes. For a moment, I thought he might say something real. But then...
This isn't about you, Ms. Anderson. Do your job. Don't try to understand me.
He said coldly. He turned and walked away, his presence leaving like a wave pulling back from shore, and I just stood there, heart pounding, fists clenched, cheeks flushed. No, this wasn't about me. But I just looked into the eyes of a man who hadn't been touched in a long time, and I had the sudden, dangerous urge to touch him.
I've built my life like a fortress, stone by stone, rule by rule. No weakness, no vulnerability, no unnecessary human connection. But then she walked in, Lily Anderson. She didn't flinch when I entered the studio, didn't bat her lashes, didn't giggle nervously or scramble to impress me like everyone else always does. She just looked at me, straight in the eye, calm, steady, and I hated it, because that kind of gaze, centered, unafraid, it sees things. It sees through things. I watched her pretending not to notice me, her hands sliding across stretched canvas, fingers smudged with cobalt blue. There was something sensual about the way she moved, like she poured parts of herself into everything she touched. Her clothes weren't flashy, loose jeans, paint-stained shirt, but she wore them like armor, like she didn't give a damn what anyone thought, including me, especially me, and yet I couldn't stop watching her. Most people either fear me or want something from me. Power, money, access. Lily wanted none of that. And when I asked her why she took the job, she didn't give me the polished answer I expected. She said, because people deserve healing, even the ones who pretend they don't need it. The words hit harder than I let on. She stood there, daring me to feel something. And for one reckless second, I did. That mouth, sharp and full and soft all at once, said everything I never wanted to hear. And when I stepped closer, close enough to see the gold flecks in her eyes, the air between us tightened, warmed, shifted into something dangerous. I want to touch her. I never want to touch people. But with her, it wasn't about sex. Not just. It was about pull. A magnetic force I didn't understand and didn't want to. So I did what I do best. I shut it down. Do your job, I told her, my voice colder than I felt. Don't try to understand me. Her chin lifted just slightly, lips parting in defiance. No fear, no apology. And fuck, something inside me cracked. She doesn't know the kind of man I am. But part of me wonders, if she did, would she still look at me like that?
It started with the smallest things. A shadow crossing his face when he thought no one was looking. The way his hand lingered for just a second too long when he passed me a folder. The quiet way he said my name like it tasted different in his mouth. Vincent Mars was a storm wrapped in control. Cold suits, colder stares. But after weeks working inside his orbit, I was starting to see the cracks. Not big, not obvious. But they were there, just beneath the surface. Like yesterday, when he walked into the studio and didn't say a word. He just watched the kids paint. One of them, Jordan, spilled blue all over his own hands and froze, expecting someone to yell. I opened my mouth to help, but Vincent knelt beside him.
Gently.
He didn't scold, didn't bark orders. He just said,
Messy hands mean you're doing it right.
That moment, it wasn't just unexpected. It was disarming. And then there was today. I was adjusting one of the canvases on the wall. He stepped behind me so quietly, I didn't even notice until I turned, and my hand brushed his chest. I should have stepped away, but I didn't. Neither did he. For a breathless second, we just stood there. Close. Too close. His body heat soaked into me, and I swear he didn't breathe. I looked up and caught his eyes, darker than I'd ever seen them, locked on my mouth like it held answers to questions he wasn't ready to ask. My skin tingled. My pulse jumped. I told myself to move. I told myself it was just proximity, nothing more. But it wasn't. It was tension, and heat, and a slow-burning ache that curled between my legs and whispered, what if? He pulled away first, but not before his fingers brushed mine.
Just barely.
A whisper of contact, as if he was testing how it would feel to touch me for real. And damn it, I wanted him to. I know I shouldn't. He's my boss. He's emotionally barricaded, likely broken, and hiding behind so many walls he can't see daylight. But there's something about the way he looks at me now. Like I'm not just another person in his world, but a threat, a temptation. And maybe that's what scares me most. Because I'm starting to realize I want to be his weakness.
Even with the never-ending weight of Mars Industries on my back, deadlines, board meetings, numbers that never sleep, I found myself carving out time for her. Always her. Lily. I told myself it was about the foundation, about making sure the company's name stayed clean, charitable, redeemable. But that was a lie I stopped believing weeks ago. The truth? I like watching her. Not in the way a man watches a woman he's attracted to. Though God knows that was part of it. No, this was different. Deeper. I liked watching her be. With the kids, barefoot sometimes, laughing, coaxing colors out of chaos. She was life in its rawest, most beautiful form. Nothing about her was curated. She didn't fake smiles, didn't shrink in my presence. She didn't perform for me the way others did. She was just real, and real is dangerous, because I started craving it. Craving her. The gala had drained me. It always did. The hollow praise, the careful words, the performance. But tonight it hit differently. She was wearing red, not the bright, playful kind. No, it was deep, like blood or wine, dangerous. The kind of red that makes you forget your name if you stare too long. Lily had no idea what that dress did to me. Or maybe she did. Maybe that was the problem. The gala was a blur of handshakes, fake smiles, shallow conversations. But my eyes kept drifting, across the ballroom, through the crowd, back to her. She wasn't there to impress anyone, yet she was the only one I couldn't stop watching. And she noticed. She always does. She caught me looking once, maybe twice, and held my gaze like a challenge, like she knew exactly what she was doing to me. I excused myself before I did something reckless, like cross the room and kiss her in front of every donor, every board member, every goddamn person who expected me to keep my walls up. But fate has a twisted sense of humor. The terrace was supposed to be empty. I needed air, space, distance. Instead, I found her, alone, leaning against the railing, moonlight catching on her hair. She didn't speak when I stepped outside, didn't move, just turned her head slowly, eyes dragging over me like she could feel the storm building under my skin.
Running from something?
She asked, voice soft but sure. Yes, you. Not anymore, I said. The silence between us stretched, thick with all the things we weren't saying. And then she stepped closer, just a little, but enough.
I'm not afraid of you, Vincent.
God help me. I knew that. That's what terrified me. She stood there, chest rising and falling too fast, lips parted just slightly. She didn't pull away when I reached out, when my fingers touched her jaw. And then, fuck it, I kissed her. It wasn't gentle. It wasn't sweet. It was raw, unfiltered. All the restraint I'd been clinging to, gone in a single heartbeat. My hands tangled in her hair, her body pressed against mine, and her mouth open for me like she'd been waiting for this. She tasted like wine and defiance. Her nails scraped lightly down my chest, a soft sound slipping from her throat that made something primal snap inside me. I wanted more. I needed more. But just as fast as I lost control, I took it back. I pulled away. I saw the confusion in her eyes, the hurt she tried to hide. And then I did what I do best. I disappeared, because I'm not the man who gets to kiss a woman like Lily and stay. I'm the one who ruins things. And this, she, is the one thing I can't afford to ruin.
He's gone. Not just in the physical sense. Vincent Mars knows how to disappear with terrifying precision. No calls. No accidental run-ins. Not even the occasional quiet appearance in the art room, like before. The man who kissed me like he was drowning, like I was his last breath, now acts like I don't exist. And I try. God, I try to act like it doesn't bother me. I bury myself in the project, pour my soul into these murals, into the laughter of the kids, into anything that keeps me from remembering the way his mouth felt on mine. But it's there, still burning on my lips, like a ghost I can't shake. He kissed me like a man possessed, and then vanished like it meant nothing. Except, I know it meant something. I felt it. That kiss wasn't just about lust or proximity, or the thrill of forbidden moments on a terrace. It was fear, pain, desire laced with something deeper, damage. There's something broken in him. And whatever it is, he's determined to bury it so deep no one ever finds it. I see it in the way his name disappears from the foundation schedule. I see it in the silence he wraps himself in like armor. And still, part of me waits. Stupid, stubborn, hopeful me. I wait, because I've seen glimpses of the man behind the walls. The one who softened when he watched a little girl paint with her fingers. The one who lingered in the doorway, watching me laugh. The one who kissed me like he hadn't felt anything real in years. And I miss him. Even if he's made it clear he wants nothing to do with me now. Even if his silence cuts deeper than 1,000 cruel words. Because when you touch a man's soul, you don't just forget. And no matter how hard I try, I can't stop wondering what it would take to make him let me in again.
Some nights, the past crawls into bed with me. It doesn't knock. It doesn't ask. It just slides under my skin like a cold knife. Tonight is one of those nights. The whiskey doesn't help. Neither does the silence. Because silence is where her voice lives. Elena, my ex-fiancée, the woman I would have bled for. The woman who sold me out like I was just another pawn on her board. She wore diamonds like lies, sharp, glittering, dangerous. And I was too damn blind to see the way she positioned every piece until it was too late. It wasn't just betrayal. It was calculated, vicious, the kind of thing you don't come back from. One leaked email, one twisted headline. Suddenly, I was the villain, the corrupt CEO, the man who'd stolen from his own company for personal gain. All while she stood in front of flashing cameras, crying on cue, playing the innocent. Play me. I didn't go to prison, but the court of public opinion doesn't care about evidence. And the worst part, I let her do it. Because I loved her. Because I never saw it coming. And that's when I learned, love isn't just dangerous. It's lethal. So I shut the doors. To my life. My heart. My name. I turned Mars Industries into a fortress. And I became its ghost. No more trust. No more softness. No more weakness. Then she came. Lily. With her quiet strength. With her goddamn compassion. With that fire in her eyes that tells me she sees more than I want her to. And it terrifies me, because I kissed her, and for one damn second, I forgot what it felt like to drown in betrayal. But the past doesn't loosen its grip just because you want to breathe. And I don't know how to breathe without drowning anymore.
The last person I expected to see in the art room tonight was him. But there he was, standing in the doorway, silent, like a shadow that had taken human form. Vincent Mars, wearing a storm in his eyes and a question on his lips. I didn't speak. Not at first. I let the silence stretch between us, thick with everything we hadn't said since that kiss. Since he pulled away. Since he disappeared. You shouldn't be here, I said finally, turning back to the canvas. My brush moved even though my heart was still. He didn't leave. Instead, I felt him step inside. One slow step, then another.
Neither should you. Not after everything I've done.
He said softly. My fingers tightened around the brush. You didn't do anything to me, Vincent. You just ran.
And that didn't hurt you?
He asked. I turned, looked at him. Really looked. He was exhausted. Edges sharper than usual. Eyes rimmed with a kind of sleeplessness that doesn't come from work. That kind of tired only comes from fighting yourself. You don't get to ask me that, I said. Not after ignoring me for weeks. He walked closer. Slow. Careful. Like I was something sacred or dangerous.
I thought if I stayed away, it would fade.
And did it? I asked, my voice breaking just a little. He shook his head. And then he was there. Close enough to touch. Close enough to feel the heat that pulsed between us like a living thing.
You make me forget. And I hate how much I want that.
He whispered, eyes on my lips. Before I could answer, he reached out and brushed a streak of blue paint from my cheek. His thumb lingered. My breath caught. The world slowed. His hand slid to my jaw, his fingers threading into my hair. And I let him. God help me, I let him. Our mouths collided like gravity had been waiting for us to give in. Not wild this time. Not frantic. This time it was slow. Hot. Intentional. Every movement was deliberate. A confession in the dark. A secret finally spoken through skin and lips and trembling fingers. His hands roamed my back, pulling me closer until I could feel every line of him pressed against me. And I melted, right there between paint and canvas and too many unsaid things. There was no hiding in that kiss. No control. Just surrender. And maybe I should have stopped. Maybe I should have reminded myself of all the reasons this was a mistake. But his mouth was on my neck, and his breath was shaky, and his voice was a rasp against my skin when he said my name like it meant something. Like I meant something. And suddenly, nothing else mattered. I don't know how we made it to the small couch tucked in the corner of the studio. Maybe we didn't even walk. Maybe we floated. Or maybe we fell. Hard. He kissed me like he was starving, but it wasn't just hunger. It was something deeper. Lonelier. Desperate. Like he'd been holding his breath for years and only just now remembered how to breathe. Vincent's hands were firm, but reverent. He touched me like he wasn't sure I was real. Like any second, I'd disappear. And I let him see it all. Every shiver, every gasp, every part of me that had been waiting for this without even knowing.
Lily.
He murmured against my skin. And God, the way he said my name, it wasn't just a sound. It was a prayer. I felt his guard slipping, inch by inch. Every time his fingers traced the curve of my waist. Every time his lips found a new place to worship. And it terrified me how much I wanted him to fall. Because I was already falling. When he finally pulled back, it wasn't because he wanted to. It was because he had to. I saw it all over his face. Panic, lust, guilt, longing. A war fought behind those stormy eyes. I sat up, heart racing, skin still humming from his touch. He stood a few steps away, running a hand through his hair, breathing hard like he'd just come out of deep water. He didn't look at me.
I shouldn't have come here. This was a mistake.
He said, voice hoarse. My throat tightened. Then why does it feel like the only thing that's made sense in a long time? That made him look at me. And what I saw in his eyes wasn't cold. It wasn't cruel. It was fear. Fear of me. Of this. Of feeling. He didn't answer. Just turned and walked out. Again. Like the air between us hadn't just caught fire. I sat there for a long time, surrounded by brushes and silence and the echo of his mouth on mine. Wondering if I was brave enough to reach for something broken, or if he'd already decided we were better left unfinished.
I still taste her. Days later, I wake with the ghost of her breath on my skin, and I hate it. No, I crave it, and that's worse. I've had women before. Gorgeous, polished, convenient. They came into my world knowing exactly who I was and what they wanted from me. Money, power, access. They were predictable, transactional. But Lily's chaos wrapped in calm. She laughs like the world hasn't crushed her yet, but she looks at me like she knows. Like she sees past the reputation, past the arrogance, into the rot I've tried to bury under suits and silence. I can't stop thinking about the way she looked at me in that studio. Paint on her fingers, her blouse half undone, her lips swollen from my kiss, not from fear or manipulation, but from wanting. She didn't try to fix me. She didn't ask for a damn thing. And maybe that's why I can't stop coming back. I told myself it was a one-time slip. That touching her was just about lust. But lust doesn't ache in your chest. Lust doesn't make you wonder if she's eaten, or how her day went, or whether her laugh was real when you heard it down the hall. It's more than heat. It's more than the way her body fits into mine like we were carved for each other. It's the way she listens. The way she holds a child's hand like it's sacred. The way she challenges me without raising her voice. It's tenderness. And God help me, I don't know what the hell to do with tenderness. Because the last time I let someone close, I was left in the ashes of a ruined name, betrayed by the one person I trusted. My ex-fiancée didn't just lie. She set the fire and walked away with a smile. So no, I don't believe in love. Not anymore. But Lily is making me believe in something. Something dangerous. Something I can't control. She's breaking down walls I swore would never fall. And if I let her in, I'm not sure if there will be anything left of me when she's done.
I think I'm falling for him. God, I wish I wasn't. It's in the way my chest tightens every time I hear his voice behind me, low, unreadable, always laced with something unsaid. It's in the way my skin hums when his eyes meet mine from across the hall, even when his jaw is tight and his posture screams, stay away. And it's in the way he disappears. Every time we get close, every time there's a moment, raw, real, electric, he pulls back like I burned him. And maybe I did. Maybe that's what happens when someone like me touches someone so guarded, so haunted. He kissed me like he needed me. He held me like he was drowning. But the next day, he looked right through me. And yet he keeps coming back. 1 minute, he's checking in on the art room, hands in his pockets like he has nowhere else he wants to be. The next, he's ice. Distant. Cold as the marble floors of his goddamn office. I know there's pain inside him. A scar so deep it doesn't bleed anymore. I see it in the flicker behind his eyes when I laugh. I feel it in the way he touches me, like I'm a secret, a sin, and a lifeline all at once. But I can't be his emotional crutch. I won't be the woman waiting around for a man who only lets me in when it's convenient for him. So today, when he brushed past me in the hallway, close enough for his shoulder to graze mine, I didn't stop walking, even when everything in me screamed to turn around. Because here's the truth. I want him, every difficult, damaged, beautiful part of him. But I won't chase someone who keeps running. If he wants me, he's going to have to fight his demons and come find me.
It had been days since she last looked me in the eye. Days of quiet glances that slid right past me, of polite nods that felt like knives. Lily was ignoring me, and it was driving me insane. At first, I told myself I didn't care. I buried myself in work, in meetings I didn't need to attend, in numbers and projections, and anything that wasn't her. But the silence grew loud, her absence heavier than any presence I'd ever known. She was already halfway out the door when I opened my mouth. I should have stayed silent, should have let her go and hated myself in peace. But fear has a voice, and tonight, it sounded a hell of a lot like mine. "You played this well, Lily," I said coldly. "A charity project? Children? That's a brilliant way to get close to a man with a ruined reputation and a very large checkbook." She froze, slowly, achingly, like the words hit her spine before they reached her heart. She turned to face me, brows furrowed, lips parting just slightly, and God, the look in her eyes nearly fucking leveled me. Not anger, not guilt, hurt, deep and raw and pure.
I'm not her. I never was.
But I'd already gone too far. I couldn't stop myself now. If I stopped, I'd fall. And if I fell, I'd never get back up. Everyone has a price, Lily. I was stupid to think you didn't. She flinched, as if I'd slapped her. The silence that followed was brutal. The kind that makes you aware of your own heartbeat. The kind that echoes. She didn't yell, didn't fight. She just looked at me with the kind of sadness that makes you want to destroy yourself before the guilt does it for you. And then she walked away. I stood there, fists clenched, breathing hard like I just won a battle I never wanted to fight. Because the truth was, she was getting too close. She was making me feel again, and that terrified me more than anything my past could ever do. I've lived behind walls so high that even I forgot what was on the other side. But Lily climbed them like they were nothing, with a fucking smile, with her heart in her hands. And what did I do? I shove her off the top, because if I'm going to be destroyed again, better that I light the match myself.
I didn't cry when I packed my brushes. I didn't cry when I walked out of the foundation, or when the children hugged me goodbye with confused, pleading eyes. But I cried in the cab. I cried like my lungs had turned to glass, and every breath sliced through me. The accusation echoed in my ears, over and over again.
You were just like the others.
He had said it with fire in his eyes, with venom on his tongue, like I had betrayed him, like I had played him. As if everything we'd shared, every stolen glance, every touch, every night of lingering tension and aching silence, meant nothing. As if I had only ever wanted him for what he could give me. The part that hurt most? That I loved him. I hadn't admitted it, not even to myself. Not until he ripped it from me with those words, with that look in his eyes like I was a stain on his past he couldn't scrub clean. I tried to hate him. I tried to think about the humiliation, about the cold way he turned on me. But even then, when I closed my eyes, I didn't see the monster he thought he was. I saw the man who knelt beside a little boy's painting and smiled when he thought no one was watching. I saw the man who touched me like he was afraid I might disappear if he breathed too hard. I rented a tiny studio across the city. Brick walls, no heat, a creaky window that let in too much wind and too many thoughts. I didn't paint for days. Then one night I picked up the brush, and without even thinking, my hand moved his jawline, the slope of his shoulders, the shadows in his eyes. I hated myself for remembering. And yet I couldn't stop. Because the truth was simple, cruel, and heavy in my chest. I loved a man who would never let himself be loved.
And it was breaking me.
I used to think silence was safety, that keeping people out meant I couldn't be hurt. But silence, it's a different kind of violence. Slow, precise. It eats from the inside out. The day Lily left, she didn't slam the door. She didn't shout. She didn't cry. That was the part that gutted me. She just disappeared, like she'd never been here. Except she had. She was everywhere. In the coffee cups still stacked beside the machine because she hated the taste of espresso. In the corner of the foundation where she kept a chipped mug full of paintbrushes. In my goddamn chest, clawing at whatever was left of my heart. I kept telling myself I was right, that she would have hurt me, that she wanted something. But I knew. She didn't want my name. She didn't want my money. She wanted me, and I burned her for it. The nights are worst. The bed feels like a battlefield. I lie there, replaying it all. Her smile, the way her fingers would brush mine without meaning to, the way she looked at me like I wasn't broken. And I said nothing. I said nothing when I should have told her she made me feel like a man again. Not a ghost. Not a scandal. Not a headline. I should have told her I remember the way she smelled after painting all day. Citrus and turpentine, and something wild underneath. I should have told her I saw her hands tremble when she was angry, that I noticed she hummed when she was nervous, and that sometimes, when I caught her staring out the window, I wanted to ask her what she was dreaming about. But I didn't. Instead, I accused her, pushed her away, and now, I'm alone again. Only this time, I don't feel strong for it. I feel fucking empty. And the worst part, I think I love her, and I never told her.
There's paint on my palms again. It stains the lines of my fingers, seeps under my nails. I don't even try to scrub it off anymore. It's become part of me. Like the ache, like the memory of him. Months have passed. Seasons shifted without asking me how I felt about it. And somehow I kept breathing. Somehow I kept creating. Tonight, my art is no longer hidden in a dusty corner of the foundation or stashed behind half-finished lesson plans. Tonight, it hangs on white gallery walls under golden lights, on full display. Tonight, I show the world what I've been too afraid to say out loud. The collection is called Reverberations, because pain echoes, because love does too. People walk around sipping champagne, tilting their heads at canvases that scream louder than any voice I've ever used. Some murmur words like bold, or raw, or haunting. They have no idea. They don't know that the series of red strokes on linen is the night he kissed me like he hated himself for it. That the charcoal piece, hands reaching for something they'll never touch, is the silence that came after. That the centerpiece, the one I almost didn't hang, is a portrait. His silhouette, back turned, fading into black. And still, I search for him in the crowd. Like an idiot. Even after all these months, my heart betrays me. Every tall man in a tailored suit makes my stomach twist. Every deep voice behind me forces my breath to hitch. He's not here. Of course he's not. This chapter is mine. He doesn't belong in it. And yet, he's in every brushstroke, every color, every broken line. When the last guest leaves and the lights dim to a soft hush, I stand alone in front of the painting that cost me the most to finish. Him. I trace the edges with my eyes, not my fingers. That would hurt too much.
He's just paint now.
Paint and memory. But God, he was once everything. And maybe, deep down, a part of me still hopes he'll walk through that door. Just once. Just enough to tell me I wasn't the only one who felt it.
I shouldn't be here. Every cell in my body knows that. But here I am, standing in the back of a dimly lit gallery, wearing a tailored suit I haven't worn since the last time I tried to impress someone I lost. My heart's beating like it's trying to outrun something. I told myself I wouldn't come, that this wasn't my world anymore. But her name on the invitation did something to me. Lily Anderson. An exhibition of pain and triumph, it said. But all I read was, She survived you. And I had to see what that looked like. People don't recognize me. That's intentional. I keep to the shadows. I don't belong in her light. Not anymore. But I move through the room, pretending I'm just another guest with a glass of champagne and a polite nod for the art. Except, nothing about this art is polite. Her pain is everywhere. Her fire, her softness, her fury. It's on the canvases, bleeding through every stroke. She painted like she was trying to tear something out of herself. Or maybe someone. Me. Then I see it. The centerpiece. And my world stops. It's me. But not me. Not the man the papers wrote about. Not the version I crafted behind expensive suits and cold stares. It's raw, bare, naked, not in body, but in soul. My back arched in tension, shoulders tight, jaw clenched, but my eyes. God, my eyes. They're looking right at her. I don't remember sitting down, but suddenly I'm in one of those minimalist chairs meant more for aesthetics than comfort. My palms are slick. My throat's a fist. She saw me. Not the version I showed the world. Not the one I tried to bury under sarcasm and mistrust. She saw me when I didn't want to be seen. And instead of running, she painted me. Not as a monster. Not as a god. As a man. The room blurs around me. Conversations float in and out. A couple walks past and comments on the piece.
He looks like he's begging her to stay.
One whispers. They have no idea. That's exactly what I was doing. Every time I touched her. Every time I pushed her away. Every time I said too little, too late. And now I'm sitting in a gallery, watching my own soul framed and exposed, while the only woman who ever truly touched it is nowhere in sight. I don't know where she is, but I know one thing. I'm not leaving this city without finding her. And this time, I won't let her walk away. The last day of her exhibition, I stood outside the gallery for 12 minutes, watched the late afternoon sun bleeding against the glass, watched people walking smiling, holding hands, talking about art like it wasn't carved from someone's veins. And then I walked in. I don't care that the room is full, that cameras are snapping, that patrons pause mid-sentence when they recognize me. The fall from grace billionaire, reclusive and rumored half-mad. I don't care, because all I see is her. Lily, across the gallery, her back to me, that silken waterfall of hair I used to grip while kissing her like she was oxygen. She's speaking to a journalist, smiling, tight and professional, but her fingers are fidgeting with the hem of her dress. That's how I know she's not okay. She hasn't been okay, not since I tore her apart. I don't wait for the crowd to thin. I don't pull her aside or ask for privacy. I step into the silence. Lily, her name is hoarse in my throat. She turns, and when her eyes lock onto mine, it's like time folds. The room disappears. My knees almost give. She stares at me like I'm a ghost she hoped would stay dead. Can we talk? My voice is louder than I want. I see heads turning, people pretending not to listen. She hesitates. Her jaw tightens, but she nods. We step into a quiet corner, only marginally more private, but I don't care. I didn't come here to hide. I don't expect you to forgive me. I began, heart pounding like it had something left to lose. I came to tell you the truth, the whole truth. She said nothing, but I could feel her watching me. Not the man in the suits or the name on the foundation wall. Me, my ex-fiancée. She didn't just betray me financially or emotionally. She broke me in a way I've never talked about to anyone. A pause. My chest tightened. I hadn't said this aloud in years. She was pregnant once, with my child. Lily's eyes widened. Her breath caught, but she didn't look away. She told me after the fact, calmly, like it was nothing. She'd ended it, quietly, legally, said a baby would have ruined her body, her career, our image. But really, she just didn't want a child. She wanted everything else, the wealth, the status, the press. And when she couldn't hold on to me with those things, she erased what was left of us. I swallowed hard, the memory burning through me. I blamed myself, and I stopped trusting anyone who got too close. I thought love was just another word for manipulation. Lily's arms were crossed, but her expression cracked. Her pain echoed mine in silence. And then you came, I said, stepping closer. And for the first time in years, someone looked at me and didn't ask what I could give. You just saw me, not the headlines. Me. And that scared the hell out of me. I took a breath, letting the weight fall off me piece by piece. I pushed you away, Lily, because I was afraid. Because the last time I let someone in, she gutted me and handed my reputation to the press like it was a goddamn appetizer. I thought I'd never trust anyone again. Because if I let you in and you left too, I wouldn't survive it. So I did what I've always done. I destroyed it before it could destroy me. I reached out, gently, giving her every second to move away. She didn't. I saw the portrait. I whispered. You painted me raw, vulnerable, as if I was still human underneath all the ruin. And if that version of me exists in your eyes, then I'm ready to fight for him. She trembled, tears barely held back. I don't want a second chance, I said, voice breaking. I want the chance, the one that makes life worth waking up to. I want you, only you. She finally let out a breath. Her lips parted. Her hand reached for mine, slow, unsure but there.
Say it again. The door closed behind us with a soft click, but it might as well have been thunder. I stood there in my apartment, arms wrapped around my waist, staring at the man I once loved, still loved, with every fractured, fragile piece of me. Vincent stood just a few feet away, his hands clenched at his sides like he didn't know what to do with them, like he was scared to touch me. He should be, because I wasn't the same woman he left behind. You don't get to walk back in and say all those things and expect it to just fix everything, I said, voice low but shaking. My throat tightened, heat pricking at the corners of my eyes. Do you know what it did to me when you accused me like that? He flinched. Good. Let it hurt. Do you know how many nights I stayed awake asking myself what the hell I did wrong? What I could have said to make you see me? I kept going because if I didn't, I'd break. You were everything to me, and you crushed it, like it was nothing.
She whispered, her voice like dusk. I took her hand in both of mine. You're the only life that makes sense. I know. Lily, I know. And if I could take it back.
You can't. And just like that, the tears came. Sharp, relentless. I turned away, wiping them fast, furious. But then I felt him. His hands warm, hesitant on my shoulders. He didn't pull me, didn't force anything. He just stood behind me, breathing as if the air between us might collapse at any second.
I don't want to fix it. I want to earn it. Every inch of your forgiveness. Every second of your trust. I'll spend the rest of my life doing that, if you'll let me.
He said, his voice a raw whisper against my skin. I hated how badly I still wanted him. How even now, when I should scream louder, push harder, my body leaned back into his like it never stopped belonging there. I turned slowly. His eyes found mine. Wrecked. Beautiful. Full of everything I ever wanted to believe in again. And I kissed him. Hard. Desperate. Angry. I kissed him like I was trying to hurt him and heal myself at the same time. My hands tangled in his hair, my breath caught in my throat, and when he groaned low against my lips, everything shattered. He kissed me back like he'd waited years, lifetimes, for this. His hands slid over my waist, then up, brushing my back with reverence and hunger, as if I were something rare. Holy. His. His mouth was on mine again, slower this time, deeper. Like he wasn't just kissing me, he was confessing. His lips moved against mine like prayer. Apology. Promise. My body ached with need, yes, but not just for release. For connection. He undressed me as if I might vanish, his fingers careful, reverent. Each layer peeled away not just fabric, but fear. He kissed my collarbone, my shoulder, the curve of my breast, like he was thanking every inch of skin for letting him come back. I undid his shirt with trembling hands, slid it off his shoulders, and let my fingers roam the landscape of a man who had once been a stranger, then a storm, and now, home. When we finally came together, there was no urgency, no rush to conquer or control, just that unbearable, beautiful slowness. His hands braced on either side of my face as he eased into me, his forehead resting against mine. We both gasped, breath caught somewhere between pain and pleasure. And then he moved. Long, deep strokes that felt like poetry written on the inside of my skin. His name left my lips in a whisper, a moan,
A cry.
He kept his eyes open, locked to mine, like he couldn't bear to look away, not even for a second. Like he needed to see me feel him. All of him.
God, Lily, I missed you.
He breathed, his voice shaking. I arched into him, one hand tangled in his hair, the other pressed his chest where I could feel his heartbeat thundering, wild and real and his. I never stopped being yours, I said. That shattered him. His pace faltered, stilled. And then he kissed me again, not desperate, but tender, overwhelmed. His lips moved from my mouth to my jaw, down to my throat, lingering over every place that made me sigh, made me tremble. And when we started again, it was like we were dancing in the ruins of who we used to be, making something new from the wreckage. It wasn't just sex. It was forgiveness. It was love. It was 1,000 broken pieces coming back together. We moved through the night in waves, whispers between kisses, fingers trailing fire, breaths turning into gasps, into soft, open-mouthed moans that only he had ever drawn from me. He knew my body, but tonight, he worshipped my soul. He made love to me like a man who knew he'd lost everything and had been given a second chance to get it right. And I gave myself to him like a woman who no longer feared falling because I finally believed he'd catch me. I wrapped myself around him, heart and body and soul. No defenses, no masks, just him, just me, and the kind of surrender that doesn't break you, it rebuilds you.
There was a time when I believed control was everything. That perfection could protect me. That silence was strength. That vulnerability was a weakness meant to be buried deep, never exposed. But now I wake up with Lily's hand resting over my heart and realize that everything I believed before her was a lie I told myself to survive. We start most mornings the same way. Her head on my chest, my fingers in her hair. No suits, no masks, no roles to play. Just us. Sometimes, we make love before the sun has a chance to rise. Slow, sleepy, half laughing, half moan-filled intimacy. The kind that doesn't need words because our bodies speak fluently now. And when we finish, tangled in the sheets, she traces the lines of my scars, the visible ones, and the others I used to keep buried under charm and steel. She's not just beside me anymore. She's with me, everywhere. She came to the Foundation's first board meeting, sat beside me as I announced the expansion into mental health initiatives for men, something I never would have dared before. I looked around that room full of suits and legacy wealth and said, without flinching, that I had once fallen apart, that I had broken, and that it was only because of her that I'd learned to put the pieces back together. I said the word abuse. I said shame. I said forgiveness. I spoke the truth publicly, all of it. And I felt her squeeze my hand under the table when I mentioned the child who never got a chance to exist. The wound I never spoke of. The one I'd blamed myself for. Lily didn't look away. She never does. Afterward, she kissed me in the car like she was proud of me. Like she wanted me. Like she loved me. Not despite my story, but because of it. And God, I love her back with everything I am. At work, she's still fire and independence. Even if she shows up in my office in my shirt sometimes just to steal my coffee and tease me with that smirk that drives me insane. And when we argue, because we do, it's raw, honest, never cruel. There's no walking out now, just walking closer. The world still sees Vincent Mars as the polished CEO with $1 billion empire. But the people closest to me, they know I'm also the man who comes home early just to cook with her in bare feet, who kisses her neck while she paints, who reads her poetry I've never shown anyone. They know I've fallen in love so deeply it's changed the architecture of my soul. She doesn't fix me. She doesn't need to. She just sees me. And for the first time, I finally see myself too, Not as a weapon, not as a fortress, but as a man who can be soft and still be strong, who can be touched and not collapse. Because I have her, because we're building something real now. Not a fairy tale, not a fantasy, but a life. One breath, one morning, one kiss at a time.
I didn't know rebirth could be soft. I thought it would come with fire, with breaking glass, with breathless screaming and clawed skin, a desperate shedding of everything that came before. But when it arrived, it came on a whisper. Warm light over cool canvas. Fingers stained with ochre and midnight blue. The slow ache of healing. The quiet rhythm of being loved every day. It came in the way Vincent now watches me paint, like it's the holiest thing he's ever seen. It came in the way he touches me at night, slow, reverent, like every inch of me is a prayer answered. A year ago, I thought I'd lost him forever. But love, real love, always finds its way back through the wreckage. If you're brave enough to strip down to nothing and say, "This is me." No mask, no defense. He did that for me. And tonight I get to give something back. The gallery is buzzing, bodies, wine, soft jazz curling through the air like silk. Cameras flash. People crowd around the larger pieces, thick strokes, fierce lines. They whisper about the rawness, the grief, the light that cuts through. But no one notices the small painting tucked into the corner, quiet and easy to miss. It's framed in pale gold. Delicate, simple, a test, a line, 2 pink marks on a pale white strip. A beginning. I feel him before I see him. The way the air shifts when he's near me. Always has. I glance through the crowd, heart thudding beneath my ribs, and there he is. Vincent. God, he's beautiful when he smiles like that. Like he's not haunted anymore. Like the shadows in his chest finally made room for light. He weaves through the people like they aren't even there, eyes never leaving mine. When he reaches me, he doesn't say anything right away. He just slips his hand over mine and looks at the painting. The smallest, simplest one in the room.
Is that?
He starts, voice breaking. I nod, tears already slipping free. You're going to be a father. His breath catches, and for a moment, we're suspended, floating somewhere between the past and everything we never thought we deserve. Then he laughs, that low, rough sound that only ever comes when he's truly happy. He pulls me close, presses his lips to my temple, my cheek, my mouth. And in that kiss, I feel it all. The girl I used to be, hungry, wounded, afraid. The man he was, powerful and lost, all at once. And now this, us, stronger, softer, still flawed, but whole, together. Because sometimes love doesn't arrive with grand declarations. Sometimes it's just a painting in a corner, a quiet promise, a whispered always, and a brand new heartbeat just beginning to bloom.
I've closed 1 million deals, signed contracts that shaped cities, stared down boardrooms full of wolves, and never blinked. I've held power in the palm of my hand and carved my name into stone. But nothing, prepare me for the moment her belly jumped beneath my palm. We were in bed, quiet night, rain against the windows like a slow jazz rhythm. Lily was reading, something with torn pages and soft poetry, and I was just watching her breathe. I do that more often now. Watch her, breathe her. She shifted, winced just slightly, and took my hand, placed it low on her stomach, under the hem of my old shirt she insisted on wearing to bed. And then, a flutter, like a bird's wing. Then again, stronger this time, direct, undeniable. He kicked, or she, I don't know. I don't care. It was her child. I just stared at her, stunned, hollowed out and full all at once. And Lily, she smiled.
Your kid's got opinions already.
I laughed. The kind of laugh I used to think wasn't made for men like me. Deep, unfiltered, honest. I felt it, I said. Jesus, Lil. I felt it. She reached up, thumb tracing my cheekbone, catching the tear I didn't realize had escaped. I don't cry. I've seen empires fall and didn't shed a damn tear. But a soft kick under my hand, the warmth of the woman who saved me wrapped in my arms, and the echo of a future I never thought I deserved, broke me wide open. This child isn't just a miracle. They're proof. Proof that pain doesn't get the final word. That love, real love, isn't perfect, but it fights. It rebuilds. It stays. Lily kissed me slow that night. No urgency. No need to prove anything. Just us. Hearts wide open. No masks. No fear. And as I fell asleep, my hand still cradling her belly, I whispered the only thing I knew for sure. This is my forever. And for the first time, I believed it.